Welcome back to Fire Emblem Echoes. Last time we explored the Seabound Shrine, and now we're going to be completing our sea journey. So we've got two maps here, the fourth pirate raid, because there are just so many. To be fair, one of them wasn't really a pirate raid anymore, because an old man did murder the pirates on board. That being said, this is kind of just a normal map. Obviously, we're going to want a choke point because there's a lot of pirates, but they've also got archers that does make things a little more difficult. And I'm just trying to figure out who's going to go first. What order do we go in? Alright, but yeah, we're speeding this one up because this one will take a little bit. Valbar is, of course, your best choice to plug up the enemies because he doesn't care if they're ranged or not. He will just kind of tank them. Leon also gets the ability to class change here, so he can be a sniper. And then, of course, somebody just had to have a conversation right here.
Well, if it isn't Leon.
If it isn't Kamui.
I normally don't give a tinker's damn what folks think of me, but ouch. I mean, I'm hardly chopped liver here.
So, what then?
You're trying to talk to me in a minuscule way? How ridiculous.
You're really not my type. And
You're really not my type. Leon, that's not an insult. Your type is one particular person.
I think you may be overstating things just a tad there.
Alright, well, I guess the rest of those conversations are just going to be a straight man trying to get a gay man to be into him. Now, I'm not gay, but how do you not think I'm sexy? Hold the phone. Alright, so yeah, obviously, of course, Jenny can be useful here. If you want to summon ghosts, as always, that is a valid strategy. They will also do a great job at just kind of blocking up the pirates. Though you might dislike them for doing so. They will get in the way. If that's what you want, then, you know, that's fine, but yeah, it's something to consider. Invoke is basically just, I would like this map to kind of just happen for a bit. I just want other people to do some stuff. I'm gonna sit this one out. I won't get EXP for this, but hey. Some of the later maps, of course, the spirits aren't going to survive like a full army, but here especially, they can tank a little bit more than you might expect. They can kind of just survive the pirates without too much issue. Also, Jesus, you're getting doubled by Valbar? You got doubled by Valbar?
Yar, I knew I shouldn't have worn me iron boots.
The captain said I needed the waiting training boots.
I told you to take them off before the fight, you idiot!
Alright, so unfortunately the archer did go over there to heal. It's been a while since I've mentioned it, but yeah, that is like the main strategy of enemies. If you cut them once, if there's a healing pad, they will probably run straight to it and try to heal.
Sometimes that can be useful, because it lets you, like, break up an attacking force.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to take some heat off you, and the enemy will often say, well, I mean, we could probably attack the healer, because, like, you know, there's a wide open spot, but, like, some guy poked me and it really hurt, so I need to go eat some oranges. Guys, I need my comfort oranges.
Bowie, chill.
No!
You've not needed either of these crits.
I mean, he hasn't, but, like, he has to show off somehow. I feel like he misses often, and so he will attempt to make up for it by just critting. Would a character with low skill do this? Alright, well now I'm in the uncomfortable position of, boy, these guys sure are going to be on the heel pads for a while if I don't just kill them. So, this is where the majors are gonna have to come in.
You can't hit me, I'm standing next to oranges.
Except Valbar actually got pretty lucky on a 54. I didn't expect him to, I just kind of wanted to get him in the way, but no, he did finish it.
Safely.
Alright, and that's another pirate raid down. There is one more standing between us and Zofia. The 5th pirate raid. Which, much like a previous pirate raid, it's not really pirates anymore. It's just mages. The mages took over another boat. That's just their thing.
No, we're pirates. Yar.
Yar har fiddle-dee-dee casting magic. God damn it! Alright, so yeah, now magic users are going to be a much better tank. Because we've just got so many mages. Provided Jenny can land hits, which, you know, as always, isn't a guarantee with Nosferatu, but if she can land hits, she is a bit self-sustaining. But yeah, the main difficulty with making mages your tanks is if they take damage, that is a little more risky. Because as always, casting probably isn't going to be the death of you, but if you're not careful, it can become a little much. Did I ever point out that Jenny has Physic now? She has Physic. That's a long-range healing. Okay, cool. By the way, yes, these mages can also heal. So, yeah, you're just gonna have some mages trying to flame fire at you, and then just a bunch of old men going, "Oh, don't worry, Greg! Don't worry, I'll save you!"
You completely obliterated their ability to fight you, though. Like, one person threw an attack at you that turn.
Yeah, much like with the healing pad thing, it is the same idea. If you do just a ton of damage to them, or, you know, a lot of little damage to various units, they are just going to waste time healing. They did keep the admittedly overcautious AI of Gaiden. They kept that intact.
Damn it, Leon!
And Leon failed to kill an old man. You almost had him.
Yeah, what I find interesting about this is that this is a strategy that shows up more often in Advance Wars. Because of the way damage is calculated in that game. Units at lower health do less damage.
Yeah, so you need to heal if that's a thing you can do. So, you will know, if you fuck up a person's stuff enough, chances are they're going to either combine units or try to find a quick rest stop. You know, whatever makes sense for the unit.
Yeah. And sometimes you're better off just hitting every unit you can, rather than trying to actually finish off any of them.
Yeah. Because then that's just a lot less damage overall. Look, there's only up to 4 sides you can attack a character from, and that works in both Advance Wars and Fire Emblem. 4 sides and, of course, ranged units, but, you know, that's other rules. Either way, it's still limiting. Very dramatic old man. Hot damn. And Kamui can also be a Myrmidon now.
Wow, everything went well for Kamui there, huh?
Yeah. So yeah, that's why I have not been harsh on Kamui at all, because I am, like, well in advance of when we do the commentary recordings for these, so I already kind of knew that Kamui's gonna be very good. Kamui's kind of just been whipping ass this whole time. Like, he's not gonna be happy at the end of this fight. He's taking a lot of magic shots, but he's doing very well.
Yeah, I forget what makes his stat distribution different from Saber.
Like, technically speaking, we have two mercenaries, but they are actually fairly different overall.
A long soak after that fight.
They do a pretty good job of differentiating the classes, or the characters, even though there aren't a lot of classes in this game. And here we are at Zofia Harbor.
Whew. We finally arrived. Zofia Harbor, at last. That was quite a journey.
Dang, 5-hole pirate raids. Really takes a lot out of ya.
Welcome, my lady priestess. I hear it was you what rid us of Barth and his band of pirates. A real blessing that was. Can't thank you enough.
Thanks for killing that guy. It was nice.
In fact,
You ate him.
it was the least a person could do. To be honest, it was as much for my own sake as it was yours.
I was just in the area, and well, I mean, I wasn't gonna get past without killing the Pirate King, so I had to kill him.
We were at our wits' ends dealing with those seaborn thugs, and no mistake.
You have to understand he was fucking around. Had to find out eventually.
Oh, I couldn't possibly.
Maybe she couldn't, but I sure could. Where's the pub around here, friend?
Just this way, sir, just this way. First round's on me.
And there's Saber, who is far less modest.
Now hold on just a... Saber, get back here.
Just let him have his fun, Celica.
Ma'am, I also...
You've dragged Saber into a whole lot. I mean, look, he wasn't the one actively afraid of the Necro Dragon, but he's been pretty against detours this whole time, so I don't think he liked being there.
Yes, well, thank you again.
Not out of fear, just more so he's got a job. He's technically doing the job, but like, it's annoying now.
Reception we're getting, huh, Celica? I've been getting thanked left and right too. Kinda makes the fighting worth it.
Your tune changes more easily than a traveling minstrel's. Back on the ship, it was all belly aching. Mostly about your aching belly.
Hey, I was seasick. It's a medical thing.
Some people just puke at the ocean.
You were drooling all over yourself after that buxom maid offered her thanks.
I did no such thing.
I've never even seen a titty.
Now look what you've done, you boob.
Boom! Who said anything about boobs? I'm not thinking about boobs.
Not at all. I'm proud of you both for all your hard work. I never truly realized how rewarding it was to help others like this. It's a wonderful feeling, and we're blessed to be able to...
Wow, people really appreciate it when you kill the Pirate King. How nice.
I was going to say you're a priestess, have you never helped anyone else before, but then I thought about that sentence a few more times.
Yeah, she's a priestess, and also on a solitary island, hiding away from the rest of the world. She's a bit sheltered.
I was just making a joke about organized religion, but sure.
Oh yeah, I was building off that, though. Well, less building and more just pointing out the actual plot points. Oh hey, Black Pearl, neat. Celica just arrived at port and started stealing stuff. She just took a fish. Alright, so here's the man who is the reason we needed 5 coral. Oh well, I mean, let's listen to his woeful tale.
You really wanted to click that no, huh?
Celica hesitated.
She could see his nameplate, but she was confusing him with the JoJo character.
Alright, it's really nice to be able to help people. Oh me, oh my, I have a woeful tale. I guess maybe today is the day I test how good I could feel. Let's really experiment with this. What's the cutoff point?
Today is gonna be the day that I tell this guy to fuck right off.
Alright, so yes, Alessio wants 5 pieces of coral. However, he will not accept them all at once. Oh no. You have to sell each one individually. I don't know why. I guess maybe they just had trouble, like, portioning out the silver marks or something. If you, like, could only give one at a time and then give the rest. I don't know.
I can see this being useful if you only had a couple. So, like, you could get some silver marks without having to go all the way back.
Like, that's the thing. You might not have all 5, because they are random drops.
But it is weird that they don't let you just sell as many as you want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and by the way, the reason I wanted to get all 5 at once is because we can't quite go back to the Seabound Shrine yet. We'd have to skip a whole lot to get back to the map, and I just wanted to get it done here. It's not that you're locked out from the Seabound Shrine or anything. It's just I didn't want to have to play the story segments, go back there, and then come back just for this guy. Sounded kind of tedious.
Alright, time for more stuff to steal.
I mean, the soup was cold. Nobody was going to drink this cold soup, because soup never comes cold. It was clearly hot, and then it got cold, and now we're stealing it.
Somebody walks in, what happened to my tomato bisque?
'Twas a delicious bisque, and someone absconded with it.
I think that's how you pronounce it. Should have said gazpacho, that's also served cold, and I know how to pronounce that one.
Did you hear some pirate dogs made for Greeth's Citadel with a girl in tow?
Oh, now who's this Greeth guy? We killed a pirate king and you're telling me there's more crime?
Telling me there are land pirates?
How would that even work? How'd they get the boat there?
From cutpurse to corsair, every thief in Zofia answers to a man called Greeth.
Oh, I see. It was actually... Barth wasn't even the true villain all along. There was an even greater thief behind him, and that's Greeth.
I see. Greeth is the thief emperor. So all the thief kings have to answer to him. We're going by Crusader King rules.
Oh, and who's that behind Greeth? Zero Miss? No! Alright, so here's a side quest I can't do quite yet. I mean, nah, I would love to, like, I could show you my empty pockets, but yeah, can't make cookies yet. We will be able to soon. For the time being, though, let's see, what are we looking at? I mean, we're not looking at that cold soup. Okay, I think I'm just looking through this. I mean, we already have cookies, but that's not good enough. So yeah, we've got some of the ingredients we need. The main thing we're missing is the honey. That's a little harder to come by. But come by it we will.
It's like a dream. The pirates scuttled, Zofia Castle free. I keep asking people to pinch...
The castle is freed? How do you mean?
I mean the castle is free. It's not a hard sentence to figure out.
Out of the castle. Word is, they have a new leader who led the attack himself. He's a young lad. It claims to be the grandson of General Meissen.
Yep, young green-haired lad. Don't know who it is, but dang, sounds like a brave person.
General Meissen? Grandpapa? Are you certain of this?
Of course I am. Wouldn't do a man to repeat baseless rumor.
Look, I'm a young man of integrity.
A hero's grandson.
I'm not a mere gossip.
You can see my nameplate says young man and not liar.
You would know if I was a liar. Just like when you know a man is starving because he's named Feeble Man. That's how it works.
I would love it if an NPC in a game like this gave you wrong information, but his nameplate was just liar. So it's like, if you listen to him, it's your own damn fault. The game told you he was lying.
How can you be so reckless?
Celica, is everything alright?
So, oddly enough, Celica not happy to hear about Ulm. You'd think she would be. They've been separate for ages, and apparently that's just enough time. Apparently the week they spent together was just enough to bond them forever.
For myself there.
At the castle? You know we would follow you anywhere, milady, but is that wise?
We don't know this Deliverance. What kind of germs do they have on them?
Recognize me as I am now.
You never know what kind of diseases a different adventuring party has picked up.
I mean, we have smallpox, but they may have big pox. Wouldn't that be fucked up?
Pox 2, the sequel to Pox.
After you over at the pub?
They actually have medium pox. It can only infect ghosts.
Did she now? Well, a hero mustn't spurn a lady's wishes.
And there goes Saber.
I've dreamt of you for so long. Dreamt I might see you again. But please, not like this. The leader of the Deliverance? I pray this is some horrible mistake.
Who would trust Ulm with anything important?
I'll only know for sure once I see for myself.
Hey, you two are familiar. Well, I mean... normally I'd look around first, but it's Paula and Katria.
Normally you look around first, but you saw two pretty ladies and just lost your mind.
This entire harbor's
Okay, first off, shut up. Second off, they're returning characters. They're from Arcanea. Paula said so herself.
You're only mad at me because I'm right.
Look, I really like the Pegasus sisters. They're cool. They're cool, and it's always great to see familiar faces.
Yeah, they're cool. Just like how Canvas is cool, right?
Look, I guess technically speaking, I did say you should wipe your mind of the new Mystery of the Emblem playthrough that hasn't happened yet. So, technically speaking, if you're watching these games chronologically, I haven't made the bisexual switch yet. Alright, so anyway, yeah, that's Paula and Katria. They have come to this other continent, but unfortunately, they have other business, so they're just gonna be here for a bit. Meanwhile, Celica's gotta steal some more stuff and talk to cats. Oh, Mr. Kitty. Can I tell you about Ulm? I hear he's the leader of the Deliverance now, and that's fucked up.
That makes me sad for some inexplicable reason.
So, instead of heading to the castle just yet, I actually want to go south. You might not think to do this because, you know, our next story point is up there, but we can't have Celica come back to Ram Village.
Ram Village. How I've missed
And there
this
is
place.
unique
I
dialogue.
wonder how everyone's doing.
I never bothered to get the dialogue for this.
Yeah, it's not a huge thing. This, of course, isn't new dialogue. This is just the randomly chosen character stuff.
Bum rushing a pirate fort as soon as I took this job. Doesn't exactly bode well for the future.
I feel like this is just going to get worse.
You promise no more detours? That and some gold.
I know we're going to be fighting bigger things. Alright, so, the cool thing about this is Celica does indeed have her own reactions to all of the stuff around town. She is calling out Tobin for shooting Sax. She's happy to be back to the village, however, it feels like she's criticizing everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this isn't going to stop intruders, these are shitty barricades. Oh wow, great, good job, you fucking stabbed some fences, idiot.
She's talking about this place like she's been here longer than a week.
Yeah. Alright, so I think we got two more NPCs to talk to who have voices, and then I think there's like a small cutscene. And then we're going to be taking another detour, but I'll have a really cool thing, kinda cool thing, to talk about. It's not a useful thing, but I think it's neat.
I also just like, don't worry, May and Bowie, nobody will recognize me. Then you walk in here, oh, Celica!
Hey, Celica, it's been ages since you've been here.
Just a fireball comes flying out. Bowie just screams, I know too much! You mean, always? You were here for a week! I'm sorry to think that, like, maybe we aren't supposed to take the prologue literally.
It might have just been different writers.
Myson! Grandpapa, it's me! Not here. I wonder where he's gone.
Some people are like, okay, in story, she cannot be here for very long. But everyone else is like, okay, she had a childhood here. How long was it? I don't know. I haven't talked to the boss.
The thing is, everything in this story makes so much more sense if she did spend, like, years here.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, this sheep's still alive. Alright, so that's pretty much everything for Ram Village. However, this does not work for a lot of characters. For every character you can recruit, unless they're part of the story, the game will ask you, do you want to recruit them or not? There is unique dialogue for rejecting characters. I haven't bothered with it because it makes me sad. However, if you do not recruit Cliff and Faye as Alm, and you just leave, Celica can actually come back to Ram Village and recruit the both of them. Again, I don't think it's particularly useful, because Cliff works best as a mage, we've got plenty of mages, and Faye either works as a cleric, which we'll have a decent number of, or a Pegasus Knight. You could probably guess by the fact that the Pegasus Knights from Arcanea were, in a town Celica visited, but we're going to have Pegasus Knights. So I don't think they particularly fill a niche. And the other problem is, Cliff and Faye do not have supports with anybody in Celica's party, except Celica herself. However, they're not support conversations. There are some supports that are just, if you've spent enough time together, you do get some stat boosts, but nothing more. There's no storyline with them. So unfortunately, yeah, if you send Cliff and Faye on Celica's route, they're not going to be starving for stat supports. They'll at least have the main character that they can support with. Saber can class change, very nice, just in time. So they can do that. They have Celica to lean on, but you miss out on some actual, character development for those characters, or character story, for basically the entire game. There is a post-game where characters can interact a bit more, but yeah. Faye's got Alm, and she's got Silk to talk to, Cliff's got Tobin. You're missing out on a lot if you don't send those two with Alm, and again, they do make for better character, or niche-wise, they work better as characters on Alm's route. But it is pretty cool that you can recruit them as Celica.
Yeah.
That's really neat. I also didn't really want to fuck with these guys here, so, surprise, 21 episodes in, we're finally going to learn what a back attack looks like. You're probably not going to see this too often, but yeah, enemies get a chance to move, and, characters, you don't get to choose where characters start. Bowie misses, but that's incidental. But yeah, actually, I tell a lie, you might see back attacks for different reasons, but yeah, that's the general idea. Enemy turn is first, you don't get to choose your starting position, which is absolutely the bigger of the two problems.
I'm tuckered out.
Regarding the characters you can recruit, it is a cool thing, but it does feel like there's not a good story reason, and there's not a good gameplay reason to ever do it like that.
Yeah, we already discussed the gameplay reasons, and yeah, Cliff just fits so much better with the Ram Village boys anyway, so why would you not take him? And then Faye is obsessed with Alm, so of course she would want to tag along. In theory, I guess since they're kind of just the youngest and kind of the weakest, maybe Alm would say, no, I'm gonna leave them behind so they don't get hurt or something like that, but honestly, that doesn't seem super in character, because Alm has otherwise no qualms about bringing those two along. I have seen some people ship Faye and other characters on Celica's route because she needs to have some kind of healthy relationship that's not pining over Alm. And so, yeah, that's kind of the reason for that, I guess. There is actual, it can happen in the game sorts of things. What if Faye was not around Alm? And man, I kind of wish that was taken into account, and she just had her own support conversation that was like unique to this, where she actually had. Oh, we get to show off Aura now. Cool. Aura is very strong. As I said before, Seraphim's not a replacement for it, and is stupid powerful. Anyway, though, yeah, like it would be kind of cool if Cliff and Faye did get their own unique supports, and like they were actually kind of. They reflected reasons that they weren't taken along, or, you know, maybe in story they decided to not come along to make you feel less bad for making that choice as a player. Because it's a cool little secret thing, but yeah, there's really not much of a purpose to do it. And again, these are the only two characters in the game who that really applies to. Any other characters you can leave behind, don't try to recruit them as Celica. I looked it up, and some people have said, like, they're out and out, like, not there anymore. So, like, somebody apparently tried to recruit Silk with Celica, and, you know, Silk just wasn't
Didn't think
here.
I'd be storming a pirate fort today when I got up this morning. When you decide to do something, milady, you really go for it. Times like that, it really hits home how we were born into different stations. Me? I just go through life focused on whatever's right in front of me. I hope this journey will teach me to see things with a broader perspective.
Yeah, it's just a nice sentiment. And we've already talked to Saber, so let's do some class changes. We've got a small handful of them. I guess the one thing about recruiting Cliff and Faye as Celica is they are very good villagers. Like, they're very solid villager characters who can go different directions. You have a fair bit of freedom and choice. I'm not going to say they're Celica's only villagers or anything, potential villagers, but, you know, if you want Celica to have good villagers, well, you can recruit Cliff and Faye. Alright, well, anyway, so yeah, Saber and Kamui are both going to be Myrmidons at the same time, so they get to, go into the class change together. Oh, and, I don't remember if I remembered to mention this when we started doing class changes, but, the level up bonuses you get, when changing classes, typically in Fire Emblem, whenever you do a class change, it has, like, set this stat gets like 2 or 3 or whatever. In this game, it's actually a threshold, so certain classes have thresholds of stats, so when you class change a character, if they were kind of lacking in that stat before, you might see better gains for that character than somebody who went into the same class. Leon here, however, is already perfect, so all he got was 5 HP and, you know, the extra 1 movement. Leon is too strong as it is. If there was a strength and a speed that he, you know, might not have been at, well, not true. He was absolutely at that threshold. Alright, so anyway, I'm done fighting pirates now. Oh, sorry, bandits. Sorry, these are the land pirates. I'm just so used to the ocean now. I'm an ocean person. I use ocean terminology. Alright, so it is now the 54th day of whatever this month is. First, second, who knows? Let's go to the castle.
Jumping jesters, now this is a castle. It's huge. I mean huge! And it's gorgeous!
Keep it down, would you, May? We're not here to gawk at the sights like a band of slack-jawed wayfarers.
Whatever, Professor Funslayer.
I'm here for sightseeing.
It's great.
I can protect Celica and sightsee.
A far cry from the ramshackle fishing huts we grew up in, that's for sure.
I know, right? Can you imagine living in a place like this? With servants and meat pies and...
Servants and meat pies, that's all you need.
Oh, right. Shoot, Celica, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to... Actually, you know what?
Whoops, accidentally made this awkward. See ya.
What's going on here?
What do you mean?
Those two's eyes near fell out when they saw this place, but you ain't impressed.
What?
Oh, look at me. It's a cool castle. Wow, amazing castle. Good job there,
Well,
castle
whatever
builders.
say,
You
lad.
did it.
Let's get inside already.
I never thought I'd set foot in these halls again.
What was that?
But this is to stay home.
I'm still in earshot, you know.
Enough. I need to hurry.
Oh no, an old man.
Not another one.
What's wrong?
Join me, oh child of fate.
I can't dance as well as my brother, but I am going to kidnap you anyway. I'm going to throw purple at you.
Must be the remnants of this
Can't dance, I do have visual effects.
We're not deliverance, you idiots. Leave us out of this.
These aren't Desay's men, Saber. They're...
Yeah, so there was an important distinction between the pirates and the fact that there were mages on the ocean murdering those pirates and replacing them. They have been trying to kidnap Celica and just kind of worming their way into that boat journey.
Begone, you base filth.
Ah, Masked Knights. I feel like we should call you Common Knight, though. I don't know. Kind of a bad association.
If you would keep your heads, you must depart this place at once.
You dare to. Enough. Ignore the newcomer.
You think you can ignore me?
Who are you, sir?
My name matters.
Yes, who could this Masked Knight be?
I'm just a passing through masked knight. Remember that.
Place in chains.
Right.
Alright, so we have an ally for this fight, and dang, we got a cavalier on our side. Nice. Well, we don't really have much to really work with, or fight against, rather. Well, no, we don't have much to work with either. We've got Celica and we've got Saber, but we do have this beefed up NPC here, in case for some reason you suck, but like, Celica's opening with a crit, so I think we're good. Like, Celica opened with a crit, and while these are, you know, mages and therefore kind of painful to somebody with low resistance, Saber did just get a class change, so I think he's good. Although that being said, Masked Knight here isn't doing the most damage. I mean, he's tanking magic like a pro, so he probably won't die.
I was gonna say, he's got absurd resistance.
Yeah, he's way better than most of the characters in this game at resistance. He is better than a vast majority of the characters. So yeah, he can probably survive, but you'll want to do damage yourself. Otherwise, this is gonna take a hot minute.
That was quite the death scream there, guy.
He was cut very badly. It was a horrifying death for this man.
I see, this guy's not a Mora.
I think I'll attack the guy who doesn't have stupid resistance.
For some reason, that man doesn't look fireproof.
You look like a man who would take 0 damage if this weren't Fire Emblem Echoes, so... not going after you.
Too slow.
Also, to be fair, Masked Knight here does have a crit of 10, which is pretty solid. It's a pretty good crit rate. I'm surprised he hasn't actually procced any.
Way to go, Celica!
I mean, I was kind of hoping you'd hit one of those. I was kind of doing that with the express purpose of, you know, weakening this man, but alright. Healed from a kick. This is my heal. Also, he got Earth's Boon, which basically just drops a healing item when you use it. I think you have to kill with it. Hey, future me, do you have to kill the proc Earth's Boon, or can you just use it and be fine?
It's over. No. I'll pray for your soul.
I basically never use it, though, because, like, I don't particularly need them. I really only use healing items for fatigue.
It said you actually... Past you actually has your back. She checked the description. It said, drops food when foes are defeated.
Okay, so yeah, it is proc on death. I kind of figured that would be the case, because, like, it would be broken if it just always dropped food forever. But to be fair, you only have a limited inventory space, and again, healing items aren't the most useful thing just because of how healing works between battles and how inventory works. So I don't think it's like the most useful skill.
You're never going to be low on food items.
Yeah.
I just like that both future you and past you have to explain to you what that technique does.
Milla has seen us through safely.
They're going to unionize if you're not careful.
Fall back! Retreat!
What do you mean, retreat? You died!
Instead of getting the ability to dance, I got the ability to revive from
The
death.
enemy is retreating. We did it!
Thank you for hitting me with the non-lethal swords.
Again, who are you?
It's really nice that you can just shout non-lethal and not kill someone. That's basically just like half the plot of Fire Emblem Fates is just Corrin shouting, "Hey, don't kill them," and then they don't.
Well, ain't that reassuring? Guess we'll chuck that mystery in the pile along with whoever attacked us.
I suppose we will. Though for what it's worth, I still don't believe they were Desai's men. They were more like that man who tried to take me prisoner at sea. But who would want to take me captive? And for what purpose?
Damn that masked vermin!
Hey, Saber was pretty tough too.
Now I must explain to Jeddah how we failed to secure the girl.
Sup, I still exist. Like you, I also decided to not die in my fight.
Such of me.
Soft, friend, soft. I'm not your enemy. I was working under Desai, but those damned rebels ran us out of the castle. I was thinking I might defect to Regal.
I'm the ocelot of this game.
No, he's not. He's not that smart.
He thinks he's the ocelot of this game.
Trust a man who so utterly lacks shame.
Also, I love this line. You're so fucking shameless. Yeah, I know. And?
Want to go back to the boss, man, empty-handed.
It's just a real motherfucker.
See,
I saw you pondering that orb and thought, you know, I think this man can help me defect. Alright, well then, Slade's off telling secret info to that NPC. So for the time being, let's talk to Valbar.
How you holding up? If there's anything I can do to help, just say the word. I'm serious. No need to hold back. I owe you my life, after all. Gives me chills to think how I could have died before getting revenge.
I feel like you would have been fine.
Owes you as well. So it's up to me.
Valbar, your crew is great. You're nigh unkillable.
Valbar, I think you were the third protagonist in an early build of this game.
You were on the cover, Valbar. I don't understand why, but you know.
We talked about this at length, Valbar.
Are scary enough. But what about that Duma priest Jeddah?
Oh, apparently, this Duma priest named Jeddah is just a known factor.
Who conjure terrors?
3 huzzahs for Zofia's liberators, and 3 huzzahs for all.
I've been doing this all day. I cannot stop huzzahing. I'm just so excited, I have to tell everyone.
Make no mistake, the Regalian Empire is as fearsome a foe as they come. But with Alm leading our forces, we needn't fear any man.
Terrors, on the other hand, still kind of a problem. Alright, what do you think about these doors, Celica? Alright, well, we already know that Celica used to live here, so yeah, that's just gonna be her commentary is just, dang, I know all this shit.
He's gonna get to the roof and go, oh, and there's the sun. I'm not gonna stare at it, because I'm not an idiot.
Hi, Mr. Sun, you won't even get a passing glance from me. Alright, well, the treasure vault, of course, has already been raided by, you know, me, but with a different main character. So, nothing here for old Celica. To be honest, you could leave the stuff here for Celica if you wanted to. I feel Alm gets more use out of it. To be fair, you could also leave the wood-splitting axe all the way at the start of the game in Ram Village and have Celica pick that up, and look, it's not game-breaking if you don't do that, but oddly enough, I probably should have kept that in mind. Oh, and Cheese Lover here does not have a portrait, does not have a voice, so you have a side quest. The side quest is, we must give this man cheese. How positively meager.
This cheese sucks
okay,
ass.
None of this sounds good, Cheese Lover.
I don't think that's what democratic means.
Alright, well, we got honey. I did need that, so thanks.
This cheese sucks ass. Here's some honey.
It'll taste better, I swear.
I do wish you'd reconsider. That whole area's crawling with thieves working in the employ of grief. The very ground itself is rotten. Hunks of cliffside slough.
Hunks of cliffside, but we already have Valbar. Oh, the earth. Gotcha. Okay.
No way back. So be careful, okay?
Alright, what about you, young woman?
Sure, just saying those Regalian thugs turned tail and ran. But our crops still aren't growing, and we've no shortage of terrors.
The defeat of Desay did not, in fact, water my crops or heal my skin.
Have gone to the temple to investigate, but none have returned. I say we've bigger problems than fighting a war, but no one asks me.
Nobody asks a young woman not about her opinions, no. Why would they ever do that? Alright, what do you think about these doors, Celica? You remember these doors? Yeah. Doors. So yeah, Cheese Lover, of course, will want more cheese over time, so if you find new, exciting types of cheeses, take them back to him, and he'll give you stuff. This throne sucks ass, I hate being here. On second thought, Zofia sucks, and I hate it.
We're gonna give Cheese Lover some pepper jack, and it's gonna blow his mind.
Look, Cheese Lover, just have some fucking mozzarella. Please. For me.
Grandpapa? What are you doing here?
I had to give Alm this really dramatic speech, but like, he kind of just shuffled around the room first and just looked at the sun and screamed.
And yet here you are.
I'm too old for this.
Though I fear we lack the time for a leisurely reunion. Surely you left the island with some purpose in mind, yes?
I did. I'm going to the Temple of Milla. All that's transpiring in Zofia now is tied to the Earth Mother.
Ah, jeez, it sure sounds like Celica has a different goal from Alm. Hope that doesn't cause any sort of disagreement. Hopefully there's no friction from two different opinions on how the continent needs to be saved. That would suck.
I really think you're playing up how incompatible these goals are.
I mean, I have to. We're gonna see in a minute.
Listen, I love this game. I love the writing in this game. But there are some things that they just couldn't fix.
Yeah. So... this is basically just going to be the end of the episode, is just a whole lot of cutscenes. So I will mention, I'm gonna start talking about the Fire
Alm is still
Emblem
staring at the sun.
manga. Stop doing that, Alm. Gonna talk about the Fire Emblem Guide manga next time. Are these oranges symbolic? Did you symbolically knock over the oranges, or are you just making a mess?
Is this the Godfather, or somebody gonna get shot?
I'm so glad to see you.
Tobin just wakes up with a horse head in his bed and he just goes, "Ah, God damn it, Gray."
Gray, this wasn't funny the last time.
You have. I've missed you too, so much.
All right, and so they're gonna share an embrace in the sunset. How romantic, I guess. You knew each other for a week, anyway.
Wow, that's quite the story.
That's quite the story about how your life got turned upside down.
Whoa, that's pretty epic, Celica.
I didn't mean to swashbuckle anyone. It just sort of happened. But forget all that for the moment. You aren't really planning to fight the Regalian Empire, are you?
You can't fight a war because I'm going to church.
It's not something I chose. They were the ones who attacked us.
But there must be a way to resolve things other than bloodshed, no?
That's a pretty
as we all know, of course, pirates are worthy of murder, so it's fine if you kill them. If you accidentally do a swashbuckle, that's fine, but killing the army, no, can't do that.
Like, I get being anti-military and pro-self-defense. Like, I get, yeah, I'd throw down against the bandit, but I don't believe in, like, large-scale military operations. But this whole thing just feels nonsensical, especially this part.
But why do you have to lead this rebellion? My son's grandson or no, you're neither knight nor noble.
Okay, so I actually don't hate this scene as much as a lot of people. Of course, a lot of people saw the scene and was like, "Oh, Celica sucks," and then just hate her forever. But
I'm here because I was called.
I actually feel like it kind of makes sense. At the end of the day, I don't think that like Alm's goals and Celica's are quite as incompatible, and probably shouldn't cause as much a conflict here.
The ruler who failed his people. It's his fault we're in this mess.
That's not. Well, so what if it is? Maybe you should go become king if it's such a damnably easy job.
What? Celica, that's not.
This scene falls under, not a caveat, but a rule for me of like, if the writing in the scene is bad enough, I don't hold it against the character.
I just want to keep Zofia safe.
I don't think the writers were thinking like, oh, this is going to like really tell us about Celica's character. It's just we just need to move the plot forward, so we're gonna do this really quickly and hope you don't notice. And I'm aiding them by just looking away, like, nope, I don't see any character development for Celica here. This is not going to affect the way I see her.
I really don't mind the scene, actually. She's not being forward, but also she very clearly shows here that she doesn't think that like the royal family is going to help out. She does not mention that she's part of royalty and all that. I'll talk about this more later when it's not in the uncut version, or when there aren't cutscenes. Anyway, this scene got ruined for me because somebody said that, like, out of context, this looks like Celica is leaving Alm for a crippling orange addiction, and I've never gotten over that. I wish I remember who did that tweet, because God,
all of your skin is fucking turning orange. You have to leave the citrus alone.
No, I love my oranges.
I can quit anytime, Celica. I was going to say, my biggest issue with this scene is that they can't decide if this is like a real clash of morals and ideals or just like a petty breakup.
Yeah.
Which they're young, so I guess it makes sense that they can't separate those feelings. And two, my other big problem is that everything else in the game is written really well, so this one scene really stands out. Is like, why is this one not so good?
Yeah, like, the petty breakup part is my least favorite thing about it, because, like, it's one of the reasons I don't like this relationship. Like, I can understand both Alm and Celica's viewpoints at the end here. and I don't think either one's illegitimate, but yeah, like, I do not care about the romance between Ulm and Celica, and this scene is the reason, or part of the reason why that is. They've only known each other for a week, and then yeah, we just get this petty breakup scene.
For the most part, they're just an inoffensive straight couple. Like, yeah, they're together, and I don't really care, but they also don't piss me off, except for this scene.
Yeah, like, I don't care about the relationship at all, and May is right there.
Yeah, I somehow managed to forget you actively ship May with Celica.
Faye should be anywhere else. I don't really have a backup for you. Sorry.
You could just enter a polycule with literally every female character in the game.